Today is the 1st of November, which means one, and most importantly perhaps, it is my birthday month. One of the many reasons why November is the best month in the entire year. But also, for those of us who are writers, it means it is NaNoWriMo, and it is officially NaNoWriMo 2021. This year I have decided to participate in NaNoWriMo. This is not something I have ever participated in fully, and this year is no exception because I'm not going to be doing the traditional standard 50K NaNoWriMo. I've never done that before. I have done my own NaNoWriMos with word count goals that are not 50K. This year, I'm not even doing a word count goal though, because I am still outlining. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get my outline done before, but I decided not to push it and it just didn't come organically to have the outline ready to go. I wasn't comfortable with the direction I was going. I needed some more time to think. And I think that was absolutely the right choice because, was it yesterday or the day before? I had a really good outlining session and I kind of made a little bit of a breakthrough because I was really struggling to kind of get a feel for my main character. I'm actually going to have two main characters in this next book. I think I'm going to be doing a double POV. I say I think. I know I'm going to be trying a double POV and we'll see if it works for the story. But I still do have one main character that is slightly more important than the other one. And I was having a little bit of trouble really pinning her down and I had a breakthrough. So I'm very glad I didn't try and power through. But that means that it is November 1st today and I don't have an outline ready to go. So my goal this year for NaNoWriMo is going to be writing every day. I will be doing something with this project every single day. I desperately miss first drafting. I am so excited to get into the first draft again. There's something free about first drafting. It can be very stressful as well. Every stage of the writing process can be stressful. There will be days that, you know, it's less fun than other days, but there is something just very freeing about having the story outlined, in my opinion, you know, being a plotter, having it outlined, knowing where you're going, but just writing and experimenting with the style and experimenting with the character voices and all of that. It's very freeing, and it's been a long time since I've been in that mode. I've just been in revisions and brainstorming and all of this. I mean, they're fun stages as well, but I miss drafting. All of that to say that I am doing NaNoWriMo this year, even though it's not the NaNoWriMo. It's not the same goal as, you know, most people who are participating, but I am going to be making a goal of working on this project every single day. I will be putting a lot more time into this book and this project this month, and I'm very excited about it. I've made myself an herbal tea in a very appropriate mug. It's an oldie but goodie. I got it so long ago. Actually, it was a gift from my parents. I didn't get it, but I've had it for a very long time. So very special mug to start off NaNoWriMo properly. I have an herbal peppermint tea, which I love. I've also prepared myself a glass of water because, you know, this is a level of preparedness that I'm sure I will not get to every single day of this month, but we gotta start strong. I also don't know if I'm going to be vlogging every single day. There are days that I really just do not feel like turning on a camera. Sometimes you just need a day to look like a potato, and I don't want to turn on a camera when I look like a potato, but I really want to look like a potato. So I probably won't be vlogging every single day, but I will try to have at least a little update a couple times a week at least, and then maybe at the end of the month I will put this all together. For the moment, I'm going to get into my story. I'm going to get back to working on my main character and then my secondary main character as well. I will keep you updated with my progress as the month goes on. Hi, hello. Today is officially day 7 of NaNoWriMo. So far, I am very happy to say that I have not broken the goal a single day. There was definitely one day when it was very close. I had a very bad day, but it turns out I decided, like, once I told myself you can just take today off, it's okay if you break your goal. It turns out once I gave myself that lenience and kind of checked out for the day, later, you know, before bed, when it was super late and I probably should have been sleeping, I got an inspiration. So I decided to write a few ideas down, and it was not a very productive day. It definitely did not move me that far forward, but it was still a little bit of work on my book, so I'm happy. It's still coming along quite slowly. There's so much stuff that I didn't even realize that I hadn't plotted out yet and planned out yet. I'm really trying to take my time and just, you know, move it forward at an organic pace and not force something, because in the past when I have forced something and just thrown something together, this is good, like this is what the character is going to be, without really thinking about it, it's turned out needing editing as I'm writing. And obviously some stuff is going to need editing as I'm writing. That just happens, especially with characters. Characters grow and develop as you write them in the first draft. But if I allow myself enough time to really think about who that character is, it's going to give me a lot better footing. And so far I've had really good results with that. I'm really starting to feel like my characters are people, and that's the most exciting part of the character development process. In terms of Save the Cat beats, let me grab the book actually. More so for a prop than anything else, because I don't actually need to show you anything in this book. But this book is kind of the Bible for a lot of people, a lot of writers, especially here on AuthorTube. And I kind of just started getting into it last year. I am not the type of person who is here to tell you to follow a formula. I don't want to follow a formula, but I do think that there are some really great nuggets of wisdom in this. And I think that the general beat sheet that she gives you in this book can be really helpful. There are some authors who want to follow it beat by beat and follow the percentages and all of that. That's great. If that works for you, you do you. For me, even though I'm a really detailed outliner, that's not gonna work for me. I am not a numbers person. This shouldn't surprise a lot of people. I was an English lit major, creative writing and music minor, not a numbers person. I do need some number knowledge for my day job, but outside of that, I really just don't want numbers to be a part of my daily writing life. So I'm definitely not going to be following the formula of the beat sheet. Coffee break. But what I do think is interesting about Save the Cat is if you take kind of a step back from the formula and the percentages and the calculations and all of that, and you just kind of look at the basic beats and how they might more generally help guide your story. So I'm not going to be looking specifically at the order things go in or the moment in time or how long things need to be and how short things need to be, but just kind of looking at what are the general beats of a story. Typically, not every story obviously, but a lot of stories can kind of be boiled down to these different beats. And how does the story that I want to tell fit into those, or how do those fit into the story I want to tell? And then kind of guiding my outline and guiding my characters and how they progress through this plot, and having those little beats somewhere. It doesn't have to be exactly how the outline states, the formula states, but making sure that I'm not missing any key elements. Right now, I am probably somewhere between a third and half the way through the book. I don't think I'm halfway yet, but I'm getting there. I'm right about to outline what I think will be kind of the midpoint of the book. So basically, I'm kind of in the fun and games part of the Save the Cat beat sheet. Thinking of it this way has been super helpful for me, because often the fun and games part, I also have a tendency to try and kind of skip over. I'm so excited to get from, you know, we have the opening image, the catalyst, all that stuff happening, and then you get right into the midpoint, and then what cool action thing's gonna happen next. And when I say action, I don't necessarily mean like fighting and, you know, traditional action, but just in terms of like what's happening and the things that are happening in the plot. I'm so excited to get to those cool moments, the reveals, the plot unraveling, that sometimes I skip that fun and games part, which is actually super important. It's often your favorite part of books and movies. You really get to see how things are coming to be, and you get to see a lot more of your character as well. That's a really important part for character development. So I can't skip over it. I can't even like speed through it, because otherwise you're gonna miss some very important character development, and it's going to be very fun too to write. So I'm getting really excited to write the fun and games part, which is the part that I sometimes would skip in my earlier works or, you know, speed through. Hi, and welcome back to the NaNoWriMo 2021 vlog. It's going well, I'm just gonna start by saying that, but unfortunately I did miss 2 days this week. So I've already broken my goal and we're not even halfway through. It's okay though, it is okay. I knew that this was a possibility and I couldn't control the reasons why I couldn't write those days. That being said, I am feeling good today. I'm getting started a little bit later than what I wanted to. It's not as late as you would think with my curtains closed. It's because it's storming outside, it's very dark, but it's only 5 p.m. right now, so it is kind of late. I had chores and a bunch of stuff to do today, so it ended up just kind of getting moved to the evening, which is not my prime writing time. On the weekends, I really do like to write a little bit earlier. But c'est la vie, c'est comme ça, and I will just work with the time that I have. And I still have plenty of hours left in the day and nothing else that I absolutely need to do today other than write. So I'm gonna try and dedicate as much time as possible. There are a few things that I'm still kind of working out how I want to happen. and I'm really not certain. There's a reveal that needs to happen at one point around the midpoint or potentially after. I'm not quite sure how it would work in terms of the arc of the story, the beats and all of that. If I saved it for after, I think it should happen around the middle or maybe like 2/3 through the book. And I don't know how I want to make that reveal. And how you make a reveal is possibly more important than the reveal itself, to be honest. The reveal is cool, and I hope not something that people guessed, but I need to be able to build up to it and then make it, you know, in a way that's quite cool. Hopefully would be like a big surprise and, you know, fun surprise for the reader. And if it's not a complete surprise, if someone guesses it, because there's always some readers who manage to guess the twist, if even the reader knows it already, I want it to be done in such a cool way that they still appreciate the twist. A lot of that can be worked out in revisions, but the actual events of what happens, I would kind of like to work out in my outline. My cats are playing. Apologies for the noise. And I've been thinking about this a lot and kind of stressing out, I think, a little bit about how I want to make this reveal. And I think it's what slowed me down a little bit in this sort of midpoint area. It's just so important, and I don't want to mess it up. And I know I can fix it in revisions, but I don't like to write entire scenes and like if I beat by beat my story a certain way, and then if I decide the reveal needs to happen completely differently, I'm gonna have to rewrite such a big portion of the middle part of the book, and I really want to avoid that. So I would like to very much think about how I want this to happen and do it consciously for my outline, and hopefully, even if I need to revise big chunks of it, hopefully the actual details about how it happens can stay the same. I mean, imagine in Star Wars, this is something that won't be a spoiler for like anybody, because I'm pretty sure everybody knows this big twist in Star Wars. But imagine the moment that Luke Skywalker finds out that Darth Vader is his father. They're in a battle, it's so intense, it already is a super intense and climactic moment. Luke gets his hand cut off, he's hanging on for dear life at the end of his life potentially, and that's when Darth Vader reveals to Luke, "I'm your father," with this like epic line that is now like iconic. Imagine an alternative scenario. Luke is on the Death Star, wandering around, sneaking around, trying not to be caught by stormtroopers. He wanders into a records room. He finds some records, flips through some things, or I guess types, we're in sci-fi right now, so he types on the computer, and he discovers in some old record that Darth Vader's birth name was Anakin Skywalker, and oh my gosh, he's related to me, he must be my dad. That wouldn't be nearly as epic. The fact that Darth Vader is his dad, that's a cool concept, that's a cool idea, that's a cool plot point. How the reveal was made is what makes it so epic. With all that being said, I am now going to get started on my writing session. It's going to be a good one. I can already feel it. I'm feeling very motivated. I have my candle going. I have some peppermint. I think it's peppermint. Well, it doesn't say. It smells like peppermint. I'm pretty sure it's peppermint. I should probably fill up my glass of water as well. I told you that I would not be as diligent as I was that first day. Yes, I am indeed wearing a throw blanket as a cape this evening. I also have my little eye masks on, which are sliding down my face for some reason today. It is NaNoWriMo day 15. This is going to be a very short little clip because I'm very tired. I have finished a little bit of outlining. It was not my most productive day, but I was writing the outline section for a fight scene that turned out being not just a fight between 2 characters, but a fight among 3 characters. So I'm not sure how that's gonna work out because it's going to slightly affect my character development points for that other character. But it seemed, as I was writing it, organically where the story was going. I about said where the story wanted to take me, but that's just a little bit too abstract. I'm not quite that abstract. I'm still in control of the story, even though it doesn't always feel like it. But it felt right, so I'm gonna continue tomorrow with the next scene. This is what I love about outlining. To me, outlining is very much like first drafting, which I think is why it takes me so damn long to outline. When I'm outlining, it's not just like high-level bullet points or, you know, plot. It's really the entire story I'm writing. Sometimes I even write lines of dialogue that I want in the scene. I'm kind of going scene by scene. There have been some super productive days when I get multiple scenes outlined, and other days I just get a single scene, and that's, you know, how it is. It's the 15th. I think I already said that. Oh my God, I'm tired. It's the 15th, so I'm officially halfway through NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to wrap up this first half vlog here, and then I'll start another vlog for the second half of NaNoWriMo. These face masks, these eye masks, really, like, they're done for the evening. They do not want to stay on my face. If you enjoyed this super messy part 1 of NaNoWriMo, please don't forget to give the video a like and let me know that you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below, let me know how your NaNoWriMo is going, or if you're not doing NaNoWriMo, let me know how your writing projects are going. my cat wants me to play with him. I'm so tired. Cat mom life. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, this is basically what we do here. We talk about writing. We have highs and lows. We have days when I look like this and days when I look much more put together. And usually there's a cat in the background, sometimes in the foreground. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you very, very soon in another NaNoWriMo writing vlog.